Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world. Then he split the boughs that held their prison to the world tree and left it to drift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world, they would be born again in Valheim. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jay, and welcome to our Viking adventure in Valheim. Valheim is such a popular game today. I decided to even make a series on it, my very first series. However, when I did record the gameplay, apparently I did not have my microphone active, which means I had it muted. So the first 2 episodes are going to be narrated over the recording. So I really apologize, but every episode after that is going to be with live commentary. Anyway, let's begin. Just as a little bit of a background, I have played Valheim before, so I know what the game is about. I know how to survive. I have played up until the first boss, and I defeated him, even though it took me 7 attempts, which means that I died 7 times in the process. Which is not something to be very proud of, but hey, live and learn, right? Anyway, so first things first, I needed to get an axe. A trusty axe, because I have an addiction. I have an addiction to start my business chopping trees, because I, as a personality, am a builder in every game. I never go into mines in Minecraft, and I will never voluntarily fight in Valheim if I could help it, but the game is about fighting because you are a Viking, obviously, so I had no real choice. Anyway, so first things first, an axe. So I, of course, killed every boar that I see. I tried to kill many deer that I saw, but that never happened because deers are slippery, and I need boars for a bow and a shield and clothes, because I do not want to walk naked all day and all night. And so I started doing the basic Minecraft stuff, punching trees. I also know that there are chests in some buildings, but this particular one had a beehive, so yeah, that was fortunately noticed on time, because I had suffered from that before. Anyway, I was searching for a place to settle. I obviously need to get some food, because food raises your health. I so far haven't found anything apart from berries, because I don't think that boar dropped any meat at that point. Also, I didn't have a house. However, I did find eventually a very nice place in this forest, which I thought that might be a good place to settle. It had a fence. It was perfect for a Viking house. So I immediately thought to myself, oh, a place to settle, time to chop trees. And obviously I proceeded to annihilate every single thing inside of this small fenced area. However, I decided against it once this little guy decided to completely gank me out of nowhere. So I thought to myself that maybe it's not the safe place to build in the woods, because I can be killed from everywhere. And I did not really want to do that. I also broke the fence. So I decided to find a place to settle near water, because after all, we are a Viking. By the way, our name is Eidwulf. We are Eadwulf the Viking. So we should have boats, we should have longboats, we should have a mini harbor for our longboat, because I'm playing alone and I don't have any friends to play with. So I was searching for water. Little did I think to myself, water? If you're searching for water, I should probably be running downhill, you know, to get to water level, but my brain isn't big enough to process these things on the fly. I ran up the hill, completely opposite of what was the most logical idea, the most logical thing to do. I did the completely opposite, which is honestly nothing new for me. I do this every day. I do this every moment. Anyway, I found this really, really beautiful open space. And my god, this game is beautiful. Look at this. It's absolutely amazing. Everything about this game is absolutely amazing. So, at this point, I decided to open the map to see where I was, what have I discovered, and I swear to God, I haven't explored under the spawn area. Also, I wasn't sure if what I'm seeing there is water, because I sure as hell haven't seen any water ever since I started running, but hey, I have to keep running somewhere, and I decided not to go there. I tried to do an epic shot, and I failed. Well. Anyway, at this point, I found some water, because, you know, running down to water level brings you to water. So I immediately start running towards the water. I want to find a place where I can build the greatest Viking mead hall, the greatest little harbor, the hut I want to live in. I want to establish myself in society. However, as I'm running down this little hill, I hear something fall right next to me. So I'm like, huh, what's going on? And then there's these two really overpowered little guys that obviously, for some reason, their bitch slaps hurt so much more than my axe. So I decide to run away. So thankfully, at this point, the very high health one decided that he does not want to continue this whole fight and stuff. So the little small low health noob decided to 1v1 me, and I obviously won. And back to searching I go. I did, however, remember that there was a chest in this whilst I was running. I just caught a glimpse of it. And I didn't really get anything out of it. I got something yellow and a torch, and I already have a torch, so that's not really something that was very particularly useful to me. However, I continued to search for that great spot, and this looked promising. It was a bit wet for my liking, because there was like this little swamp area that I kind of didn't like, because there were these little creatures, neck thingies, but oh my god. Once I saw this in front of us, I knew it. This was the perfect spot. Not this house. This house was something else. But this, oh my god. Look at this. Isn't it perfect? A small open area right next to water, trees surrounding it, the sun above the hill. It was perfect. It was made for us. Look at this. It even has like a little harbor thingy. It looks like exactly like a little harbor. It was decided at this point I wanted our house, our establishment to be here. So immediately I decided to put down our crafting bench, because in this game, this is how you define what is where you can build. So immediately I plonk it down on the most random spot I decided. And for all of you builders here, I'm gonna speed up this atrocious little hut type establishment that I create. And I am sorry if any of you builders want to rip your eyes out whilst you're watching this process, but I am so sorry, and if it makes you feel any better, there's a little surprise for you a bit later into the video that you will find even more horrifying than this. Yes, it is even more horrifying than the experience you are currently going through of me trying to build this thing. Hut. Horrible, horrible, asymmetrical hut. I am so sorry. Anyway, after the thing, let's call it the thing, was completed, I decided to upgrade myself. I decided to go for a flint axe. I crafted the hoe because I could. Because when you're rich, that's how you don't save money. You spend it all on stuff that you're not gonna need way later. Until way later, sorry. So after I gathered some flint, I returned back to the thing, crafted the flint axe, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it was time. It was the time we've all been waiting for. Chopping down some trees. However, I started chopping from this side. I was ganked by a little dude, and I got pretty scared at this point. I swear this game is a horror game. I really dislike these people. However, we got a little runestone where it says, "Where the grass grows underfoot and the sky is blue overhead, there will always be a hearth and a home." And then proceeded to chop down some more trees. And look at this drift tree that falls almost near me. Look at this. It almost swings right into my face. Thank goodness I was busy chopping down a stump. I didn't even knew it was giving me wood. I just disliked how it looked. So I decided to chop some more trees. And at this point, it was becoming nighttime, so the most obvious thing was to go craft my bed, put it down, sleep throughout the night, and obviously continue on the next day, fresh, during the day. And builders, do you remember when I told you that there was something even worse than what you experienced before? Well... let me introduce you to me trying to put down a bed and bed for the night. It took me so long to do this, and I am telling you from now, if you are a builder who is easily disgusted, easily cringe, easily get mad at people that cannot build, that have small brain capacity, well, I suggest you, kind sir or madam, turn away now, because for the next minute you're going to witness me trying to literally put down a bed, being told that it's not covered or it's too exposed, and oh my god, what I created was an abomination. The thing was just evolving into the thing. It was becoming a beast of a different sort. It just didn't work. The bed was still exposed no matter how much I put around it, how much I put above it. It was exposed. I tried to squeeze it as much in. Like, squeeze it. Look at the crit on that little creature. It did not matter. I was thinking about the bed. I tried everything. I squeezed it as much as I can inside, below the roof, right next to the wall. It was still too exposed. And oh my god, like, I don't remember the creator of Frankenstein, but oh, the thing was definitely the Frankenstein of buildings. It was a creature of another world. It did not belong in our realm. It just was here for no apparent reason. At the end, though, I did manage to sleep. You dream of a great tree reaching out through the night. One half of it is branches crackle with flame. The others are green with leaves. And the second day. Finally. Now the real game begins, and we shall immediately start chopping trees so we can build a much better and needed accommodation. So I decided to take the trees behind the hut on this hill so that the sun can shine bright down our mead hall and our Viking establishment. So I don't know why, but all trees in Valheim get stuck on each other in this game. And it instantly becomes a horror game, because I have to run away every time I chop a new tree so that it doesn't fall on my head and kills me, because I died a couple of times like this on my very first run. I died by a tree hitting my head. Oh my god, that was an experience and a half. I do not want to repeat that, because I did not know it could happen. I was playing Minecraft up until that point, and that tree scared the living bejesus out of me. Look at him. Look at it. Slowly going towards me, trying to kill me, annihilating everything in its past. So I start chopping trees. And some more trees. And look! More trees! I have an addiction. Do not judge me. I do not judge you. Alright, I may have a problem at this point. I also wanted to hunt some boars and deers to get hide and leather, because I know that I need armor for the first boss. I didn't have the first time. I died 7 times, so this time I decided to be much more prepared. So there were a couple of boars right around the base, and I obviously went for them, even I upgraded my sneaking skill, although all the boars literally found me and decided to kill me. Not kill me, but they were not surprised. My precious. At some point, I become encumbered because I had too many trees on me, and I didn't know that whilst I'm encumbered, my stamina is being drained whilst just walking, so this fight was very risky, and I didn't know that it was risky up until I hit him with that final hit, and my stamina ran out, so I decided to drop some stone, if I remember correctly, yep, and run back to restock, and then I was ganked again by a little guy. I swear they are spawning more and more. So at this point I had a very decent stockpile of trees, so I decided it was time to start preparations for my new establishment, for my new accommodation. And it has already been 19 minutes, so I decided to end the episode here. Right before I build the house. I will probably not show how I build the house because I copy a YouTube video that I saw a couple of days before recording this. So anyway, I wanted to wish every single one of you peeps farewell. Until next time, and please, please, please do not forget, it is a very, very challenging time. Please stay safe, love each other, and I bid you all farewell and goodbye.